It's always good to be different.
We're into this.
DD, he's going to try and start things off with pistol toward lower mid. We are certainly into this. It's going to be 3 sets of armor on the Tyloo side, 2 smokes. So we're going to see some execution from them early on. We saw them start CT the last game. We saw them not on the T side. So we'll have to wait and see if we're going to see that passive play style come out from them again on CT. Meanwhile, Valda early on, no Molotov against him. He's going to try and push up in toward that archway and catch them off potentially with the USP. 5 sets of armor, no kits on the CT side. And Madi's going to bait him as well. So bait and switch. This has big potential.
Absolutely. If he can get enough attention or find a kill as well, that could be absolutely everything. He was influential on the CT side against Astralis. Let's see whether he can find his first pick. His fancy one is waiting on the left-hand side, but you can see T-side as well. It's similar sort of idea as well. They're trying to bait and switch themselves, but it's Modi coming in on top in terms of damage for now.
Madi's still trying to work this out. They are getting closer, ever closer, as both flashes, the 2 utility players, put those out toward B, but the 2 utility players are the 2 on B, and the 2 flashes already gone. That signifies something, does it not? A fake over toward A, perhaps? Certainly so, as they walk in now with Bomb at long. And DD, he's already done the damage, spotted out the player on the back of the site. It's Freeze, who will go toward Barrels. Meanwhile, DD, he's curved off, and he's going to try and catch off rotations, a gift given to him in the form of Snappy as he tries collectively to walk through the vent. That slow movement speed, not favorable. Look at how aggressive they're getting. They're cutting off rotations before they can even get vision of the site. But they've got it now. Glaive with a great shot on Captain Mo. Still, though, Fancy underneath of the balcony has an angle that they have to confront. They have to do something about before they can get to the bomb. They've done it. They've pulled this back. 2 versus 4. It's now a 2 versus 1 in low HP. Glaive's got another shot from the USP. I think they're happy about that.
I think they might be. Lovely recovery from Heroic there. It seemed like it was the perfect execution from Tyloo to kick things off. They showed presence towards B, actually flashing the CT's back as well. The smokes are deployed. I thought that was it. They were going to be fully committed towards B side, but actually it was all a ruse. Back towards A they went and actually isolated the remaining CT on that side as well. Got the opening kill, the bomb plant down. Like you said, heavy aggression towards balcony and connector as well, shutting it down before it could even come through. But Glaive steps up with a couple of fast kills and they're able to actually retake the bomb site somehow with no kits as well coming out on top. Tyloo now, after the bomb planted, quite a lot of investment considering. They actually got Tech 9s of body armor, no grenades, some deagles thrown in there as well for good measure. But you can see Heroic preparing themselves for the next round. They know the AK is potentially coming out in the third. Some teams like to force in the second as well, kind of a little bit of a curveball. But for now, the objective for Heroic, keep 5 players alive. Fritz is the only player, maybe a little bit unprotected here. He's got the M4A1S with no armor. As we get into round number 2. 4 players towards danger for Tyloo this time, so a bomb site, it's a difficult place to actually enter on this map, considering you have no grenades. Normally most teams would favor towards drop down in this scenario, but maybe that's where they're heading back to now.
A bomb going in that direction. Fancy.
It's the only sort of area that makes sense. If you can find CTs that are actually challenging this position, you can confront them and overwhelm them with the Tech 9s. With quite a nice setup there. You can see Modi, he's playing in the Taz position beneath the window, waiting for them to come out of that area. He's got a UMP in hand. He can spray down the other players and not have to be in that sort of one and done position against 4 Tech 9s. There it is on your screen right now.
Yeah, just wait. Catch them off. You'll hear them dropping. That's almost lethal, that timing. Hears them dropping, doesn't expect them to be so close. He manages to recover it. Nate goes in and does decent damage. He'll collect 3. Volda's got the one on the other side, and somebody died at the bottom of mid. Not sure who.
You made... Sorry.
Was my joke that good, Henry? It just made you die.
It really got me.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you made that joke about 5 times when we were in Korea.
I really want nothing, somebody, nobody... Or not nobody, no
Who's
one.
nobody?
No one
right.
from North America. I want them all to play in one game.
Okay, well, as predicted, back towards drop down. Modi in a good position to shut them down. And we're going to round number 3. This is where the AKs and a Galil come out. So the little test now for Heroic, considering they have 3 UMPs in their arsenal. No more, of course, but we'll see if they can actually do anything with the setup. It's going to be a difficult proposition. I think Tyloo have the advantage. The only downfall going into this one, they are lacking the Molotovs. Still have 3 smokes remaining as well, but you can see Heroic using their grenades at the start of the round to lock off any sort of rushes while they position themselves into more aggressive stances. With 1 player for Tyloo holding towards A. That's going to be DD. This is his teammates actually setting up for the drop down once again.
Somebody going to try and crossfire this with Fancy if he'd make up his mind on which way to look. Eventually that's communicated. Drop down in, and Madi will have heard this. He's going to wait as well, passive at the window. The more passive we see him play in that connector position, the more pressure it puts on the 2 players in B site, though. We have to keep that in mind because right now they're electing to set for cross at the B platform position. Like, I'm really going to boost back up on this. I hate seeing teams be hesitant and boost back up like this because Okay, sure, you got drop control, but you have to play a successful lurk in this
What is
now.
this?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. You have to stand up on that platform. Obviously, they don't do this very often.
They're still struggling, I think.
They're still there. Yeah,
Yep,
there
now
they
they
go.
get it.
I mean, the thing is, you have to win the lurk. It does work with strength and numbers to clear out the arch room and get someone down at the bottom of drop, but now you're hesitating. You're going back to 4. You've already committed a man. He's pretty much got to make himself useful in locking down rotations, keeping people at the B side, and finding frags that just spot above the back of the site. One player. It's Snappy that they're looking for. Meanwhile, we saw it. Glaive won against Fancy. That was the player that did the boosting, so he's gone. He's isolated. He didn't get anything for his troubles. However, his teammates certainly are as they go into the A site.
Oh, just got it. 4 seconds on the clock, I think, when they went for it.
That
just
is extremely close.
Or it's definitely hit or miss there. It just hit 4 when they started planting, so could have been over there and then, but it's going to be a 3 versus 1 now. Vowed, the last player remaining, and he's coming from middle, but not really much to do in this round. He's got to find 3 terrorists and a bomb to defuse as well.
No kit. Does have a kit. Sorry, my mistake, but he's going to try and walk up M4 to work with. These two. Oh, that's a gift. They switched to the knives. Volta's got 2. Somebody's gone out toward long. He's going to try and go on this. He's got a kit. He's got the time. Why are they letting him cross over? He didn't come back over for the peak. He's unbelievable. That's incredible. That's a huge play. Does he get him? Yes, he does have the defuse, and Heroic steals around away. They leave too soon. They let their guard down. Knife gets pulled, and then they hesitate. Okay, no, he doesn't have time. I'm going to keep leaving.
Oh my
Don't
God.
slow him down in transition, and he pulls that off. That is a remarkable misplay from Tyloo and an incredibly smart play from Volta to go for it.
Unbelievable scenes. I completely wrote him out of that round. I thought, okay, just trying to get some exit frags at this point, but this was the timing here. He doesn't shoot the first player, waits the other one has his knife out as well, and does he get a vision of the player towards Ali? That was the important factor. I guess at this point it doesn't matter. He can't see him. Let's go for a defuse, and unfortunately for Tyloo as well, they planted at a horrible position, and the 5 seconds was just about enough for them to get the full defuse. Tremendous work. That's boosted Heroic's economy tremendously, considering they actually had 3 UMPs going into that round. It's a big one for them to pick up. But this time, DD, he's trying to find some retribution here as he gets the first kill towards long A. He takes down Friss. I assume he had the AWP. I missed it in all the commotion. I'm going to assume he did.
What a play from Volta to pull that off. That little bit of trigger discipline as well. They're both running toward him. No one anticipating his presence. Tyloo, we saw a brilliant game from them against Na'Vi. We saw some unorthodox meta that perhaps is more traditional to the segregated Asian scene. We don't really know. We speculate on that a little bit, but now we're seeing the signs of inexperience as well as they give that one up far too easily. Fancy, he's going to walk out, try and find Glaive. He's already looking to the window. It is traded, though, and this is a positive sign to see, is that they have been successful, very successful, in fact, in finding trades, and they're going to go beyond that here as somebody's going to take down Snappy. Captain Mo waiting in behind the pillar at connection point to make sure no one can rotate beyond, but Maudie stayed alive in the back of the site, not long enough.
Bouncing back after a horrible round.
You can win rounds if you don't allow diffuses, or just kill them all before you plant.
That's also an option as well. But takes a lot to bounce back from those kind of rounds. It can definitely tilt you. But holding their own, it's going to be 3-1. I'm not sure the CT money is going to lie after that one. It's going to be quite confusing to work out, considering the CT did have plenty of cash in the previous round with the 3 MPs. So they've got enough to get something together. As you can see, Moddy's got an M4 vowed with their Max 7, but the rest of them are on pistols. So they've got something to work with here, but not much. As we into round number 5, there's a good chance for Tyloo to break the money completely and string a few rounds together. Quite an explosive start to this winner bracket game, but considering the group stage and the teams within it, this is a very surprising outcome, but one I'm sure we're all going to enjoy, as it seems to be very exciting so far.
And you're not safe until you're through. I mean, great, one of these two teams has a chance to go through on a best of 1, but that's escaping the fate of either Na'Vi or Astralis. Like, even for Tyloo, who started off so well, if they fall here, they go into a decider that is still a huge task for them. So these two teams need to capitalize immediately on this. Bomb's going to be planted behind the smoke. Volta can't get through with the shotgun. They're so low on HP, though, but they're still finding kills. As somebody gets Volta down, it's going to be a rotation around from Freeze. He just spots the backside of Captain Mo. Again, low HP as he walks out. Snappy staring him, but Fancy's pushed through. He finds 2. He's got low HP in the smoke. They both do. It's he and Glaive. 1 versus 1 as the bomb continues to tick, and Fancy, I think he's evaded him long enough. He's now got the advantage. Surely as Glaive goes toward the site, but he's still searching with that 5-7, and he's got the shot. He's got the time. Surely he does.
Yeah, definitely. Big round from Glaive. A lot of pressure there. 1 versus 1. We thought Fancy would have played it perfectly as well, but once again, the bomb's down in a difficult position. He realizes once he's in towards drop down, the full defuse is a possibility. He has to move. Glaive holds his nerve, lands the 1 bullet that was required with that 5-7, and Tyloo drop another important round there. It was a pretty much Well, I guess it was a force buy from Heroic. They only had one rifle, though. The rest were on pistols and a Mag 7, doing a ton of damage as Tyloo came into that bomb site there. The Mag 7 especially, getting them down to like 10 HP apiece. And now what did we 4-1? And the force buy going towards Tyloo this time. 3 AKs, a tech line in the UMP. Still have a bit of utility to work with. No AWP in the hands of Frisk just yet. And you can see money's not stable for either side. Very back and forth affair so far. Heroic taking the lion's share of the rounds. Got a couple of kits this time. Seems like a very similar sort of stance we saw from Tyloo in the earlier stages. Show presence towards B. They do like to rotate and try and feel out towards the A bomb side as well. Let's see what they decide to do. Actually, not having anyone towards long A this time.
DD. He wants this to present, but Glaive's not going to make that easy. Quick flash over. He's gone to the stairwell. Spots him this time, does DD. But now he's going to commit to this corner, which we know is a problem when there's utility on the CT side. There is one incendiary, but it's not in that position. Glaive, as he shuffles back over toward drop instead. Now he'll elect to put that at the arch, potentially. He's got it drawn. He's thinking about it. But it could have locked DD in that corner and then baited him out, which would have been hugely problematic if he's caught in transition before the execution can even come in. Another boost back up. So they are truly just trying to get this map control position and cut off rotations. They do win it this time. They've got the kills, but they don't account for Glaive. The re-peek back out. He gets 2, and he's got support coming in from the windows. So if they're going to drop and boost and leave themselves that much time to be countered, Heroic's going to take it from them all day long. However, bomb does go down this time as they walk in from long, and it's Captain Mo in behind the door. Quick shot into freeze. Snappy, now their turn to boost. Try and catch them up by getting someone a little bit closer to this flank potential. It's the lip of that sill that seems to be catching
It's a
players.
doozy.
Yeah.
He'll get you.
You need that upper body strength to pull yourself up. Snappy's making a lot of noise here at this time, and they're going to know exactly where he is. Switches to the AK. At this point in time, they've got to elect to save already, and he gets confronted. DD was waiting for it. They'll keep one alive in the form of Glaive, who has an M4, but he's already well and truly evaded the 3 remaining T players. So it'll be Tyloo on 2 rounds now. It could have been so much more. I still can't get over that 1 versus 3 from Valve. That's so smart for him to go for that. But 4-2 now our score. It's still in favor of Heroic.
Yeah, Tyloo with the equal exchanges there towards the bomb side. You could see what a difficult time Heroic had. Coming back into the sites, they actually gambled towards the A side primarily. Rotating back through, they just didn't anticipate the positioning of Tyloo behind the doors. Actually pushed up very aggressively indeed. It was that kill from Captain Mo that secured the round, in my opinion. And we're going to see Heroic actually forcing back into this round himself. I can't remember a clean eco so far in this game. It's going to be 2 rifles, an M4 and a FAMAS, and then a UMP chucked in as well. So the boost comes in. Glaive, who's been playing out of his mind so far, will be boosted up and trying to find that first pick. This could be interesting for information, but he's got 2 players beneath him. The bomb will be heading towards long A. And this is the right call from Tyloo. No presence there whatsoever. They get a lot of information for this. Get complete control of long A and middle. That'll be the next move, getting towards danger. Or just walk straight to the bomb site, apparently.
Yeah, why not? No one here, no one even looking. A 3-1-1 split, but it's really more of a 4-1 when you consider how far Glaive's gone to watch that window. Snappy's going to have to be smart in this position. Molotov not going to creep beyond the crack, so he's got a little bit of space to work with, and Glaive's now got an M4 to hold them off. He can try and actually catch them here. Attacker's got Glaive down. Freeze is in a follow-up position, though, as they try and push through the vent, and they've got 2 rotated over to the site. They're slowing them down so much. If Holden gets another kill, they've slowed Tyloo in their tracks. Look at the HP. It's 23 at the highest situation right now as Mo just gets tagged down to that. Attacker's on 22 and 11 for Fancy. And shutting off the X-ray. Now how do we solve it? How do we approach this? They've got a crossfire already set. Mo's got a cross door as well. There is no smoke aside for the one on Attacker that's not in position. Madi's covered this off. They've done this. They've pulled this back with a single 5-7 and an early rotation. In fact, 2 of them because they lost the first member that arrived on the scene.
Well then, 2 players remain, 25 seconds. This looks like Heroic is set up for it perfectly. Then there's no time for them to rotate at this point. This could be holding the connector. The smoke comes in. It's the last-ditch attempt from Tyloo to make something of this one. But Frisk takes the 4th player down and Modi finishes things off. And Heroic, I thought that round...
There we go. Subscribe on YouTube, guys.
We were looking for the little Easter eggs, and we found one at least.
So now we have to call that YouTube, not Danger?
Maybe not.
Let's call it Twitch.
Okay, that works. So that's Tyloo for me. That was overcommitment. They had no idea what was going on to that A side. Just walked in there, got themselves in a difficult situation, didn't have the manpower. Instead of 2 players towards B, they were rotating over as well. Plenty of time remaining on the board. Just had to bide the time, get towards middle, get towards danger. Utilize the smokes. They decided to commit once they got the information that no one's towards long A at least. And that was to their detriment. And 5-2 now. Another force buy from Tyloo, of course. 2 AKs, 3 pistols. Seems like this is just a relentless game so far. No one wanted to take an eco. And Captain Mo, he swallows a grenade. So going to run a berate here. Glaive aggressive, trying to get the first pick.
So Tyloo could not really sink their claws into this game just yet. A lot of close rounds, though. It's certainly exciting in that sense. They, once again, will put presence on toward the drop room, get Fancy down. He's been the one that's been playing on this lurk position. His teammates will now join him as Mo with an AK is going to try and play it long, but there's no Molotov on Mo's hands. Yes, there is. My eyes are really struggling. I need to remember my glasses tomorrow, Henry. I brought the case with me.
Good, that's half of it.
Yeah, but not the glasses. They're in the hotel room. So he does have the Molotov. He could actually flush out that archway position. He hasn't elected to do so just yet. Instead, he's going to get burned. He's flashed up, too. He doesn't know that he's burning. He's down to 16 HP before he gets away from it. That's a huge problem. Madi's got attacker as well. That's half the battle down at the drop room, but they've gotten forward, and Fancy's found a kill, swapping to the pistol. Volta, he's gotten one back, but it's Madi that goes down, and Snappy. He's got to be exactly that to pull this away. Volta's rotated away from the long position. He's given that back up to support his teammates at the connector, and that allows the three of them now to collectively search out the remaining players. Somebody, he'll go down, and it's going to be 6-2, and they're looking rather ecstatic on this Heroic side.
I'd say so. That's a big round for them to win. It seems like Tyloo, I remember this when we were casting at PGL before, they actually love force buying all the time, and probably in their scene, it probably works quite a lot of the time. They're the #1 Asian team by far, and they definitely outskill a lot of their opposition. This is the first real eco I think we've seen of this game so far. It's going to be Deagles and PT50s, not investing too much, but Heroic now getting quite a large lead here on the CT half. Definitely still a T-sided map. 6-2 at the score at the moment. It's looking to be 7. As Modi picks up that first kill. The UMP been pretty prevalent throughout this series so far.
Volta's trying to spray back through this smoke. Who an attacker waiting up at the top of the drop room. Once more, it looks like they'll try and put some pressure onto this. Oh, missed shot from that AK, though. It's mispositioned. Mo catches it off, but it's Glaive there to immediately counter it back. The AK-47, and then Madi coming in with the UMP to raise some cash. Yeah. He's doing it for charity, I heard.
Maybe. Well, that was Tyloo after getting that first pick. They saw their window of opportunity.
See, you thought I was lying, but he did do it for charity because he dropped a gun to his teammate.
That was perfect. Everyone wins. 7-2. Orb now in the hands of Frizz for the first time, I believe. Oh, maybe the second. I think he lost it before towards long A. But still, hasn't had that much impact yet, the AWP. And once again, Tyloo coming in with a weaker buy, not able to get an AWP themselves or much utility. It's going to be a fast B play, but the looks of things. The grenades come in. That will do a lot of damage. Attacker goes down to 30. It's just fast B rush. Let's see how it works out for them.
Glaive waiting on the edge of this smoke, cold Zera-esque. As he wants them to walk in, he wants them to commit, he wants to catch them off. They are going to go boost up on tree potentially for the tease. Not at all. It's going to be DD instead to find Madi lurking in behind. Now they'll go. Now they've got the opportunity. They send the low HP player in DD because he can get the information, but he's got the bomb. And now thankfully it drops down back inside of the site. This is awkward. Mo, he can't find it, and when he does,
how's he done
it's
that?
Too late. Volta's escaped him. He sneaks right by.
Oh no. Captain Mo actually had the opportunity. I think he actually runs through with the flashbang. Disappears back into the smoke. They lose control of him, and he picks up the kill on the other side near the bomb side as well, and then finds the third as well. That's a huge round from Vald. 13 for 6 right now. Glaive not far behind. These definitely are the 2 stars of this first half so far. And it's going to be Tyloo coming in with another partial by Tech9, CZs. And they seem to be getting very close and getting themselves in ideal situations to win the round, but something falls apart at the very last few seconds. And it's Heroic picking up the round win and getting themselves to 8-2. That's another huge grenade. Look at the damage it's done.
I love it. Orc nade, Warcraft 3 mod. Well, they've still managed to make this get at least 1 kill, though. Attacker finding the headshot with that Tech9, but all right, Fancy. We're not done yet. We still got some Asian invasion going on inside of the B site, but watch the dink coming back out. It's still going to be tough. Oh, if Mo could do, he's got this. They're low enough. If he can isolate, they need to be so careful on their peaks. Flash comes out. They still know he's out toward this long position, and smartly they're going to divide themselves by going for the boost. 1:08 to work, and Freeze just hits the shot. I have to wince a little bit when I see Freeze holding an angle. Now, the long angles, you're right. You said it on train. He's better with those, but we've seen him miss in situations like that today. Yeah,
it seems to be more the close range stuff that he's struggling with. I guess if he knows where a player is and he just has to land that one shot, I don't mind that at all. But still, another tense round there. Tyloo unable to close it out, but a lot of dinks in that round. It seems like every single player got their headshot out at one point. But we're going to round number 12. Money's starting to stabilize. Still no AWP available on the T side. That's not necessarily a bad thing. They're going to have more utility to work with. Set pieces become an option here. They've got the Molotovs to flush out the CTs. and the smokes to go with them as well. Probably one of the first real gun rounds we've seen here. Been a lot of force buys and partial buys all over the place, and the AKs with no utility to go with them. And Frisk this time, as he repositions himself actually towards connector, watching middle. And this could just be a set piece towards B. You know, Tyloo, we know we've seen these before from them. Wall of smokes come in, and we'll see whether they can actually get the bomb down and get themselves a post-plant situation.
The scary thing for Tyloo is this is the game that never took off for them. They've been in it in so many circumstances, and yet they just can't close it. And I don't know if that's inexperience or just bad decision-making. Call it both. I imagine those go together in some form, depending on how you look at it. But they're going to need rounds because we know their passive style on Cobblestone, and surely Heroic must have some indication that they like to do it. So need to get these ones on the board. Now they've got a man advantage in this, but Freeze swapping over to the pistol. He can't locate the team that he's looking for, the player that he's looking for. He does that time. It's Attacker. Bomb temporarily dropped, but Maudy's still in a 1 versus 2. Now got a plant in. Somebody spotted him, but they still need to set up this approach, and Maudy's getting aggressive. He's already inside the rock, so he can isolate them into 2 1-on-1s. DD, he goes down. It's exactly that. Somebody's got to hold this off from afar as they fail once more to find the position of Crossfire, something of substance to hold off this bomb, and somebody's just going to watch it smoke out. Not timed correctly. Somebody will finally get around. Watched for the reset, but Tyloo, I echo the sentiment. They need to start getting this closer to 10-5-9-6 to make a case for their CT side.
Well, Maudy there, 1 versus 1. After finding the kill on the bomb site, you could see his intentions. He was anticipating the terrorist not to face until the fake defuse comes in. He had a smoke available as well, unable to drop it. Quite intelligent play from the Tyloo player, facing before he even has a chance to check things out. Has the surprise factor working for him there, but it's going to be 9-3. Heroic was still a large lead here as we get into round number 13. As you said, full retap potential, considering that was a 1v1 as well. It could be difficult for Tyloo going forward. Need to pick up this round. You can see the money's not great for the CT. Frisk comes in with the AWP, but he's got no armor and just 1 smoke to play with. So Tyloo, this is their opportunity to get back in this game potentially. As we have got it in a little bit of an exchange at the start towards upper platform, but Tyloo coming out a lot worse than the CTs there. 3 players taking heavy damage. That may not seem like much, but it's enough for a 1-bullet headshot with the M4 now, which is actually a massive deal.
Well, more passive and slow setup from Tyloo this time, not electing to go for that drop control that really hasn't paid off. It looks so promising and then never really amounts to much. They're going to play the same bait and switch. Glaive's already got their attention to some extent, but Volda's just waiting for the flashes to come through, staring at that archway, and where they don't commit that quickly and they don't step in the flames to give damage away, Glaive's got to come back out and try and be the magnet once more. With no one else over here and no Molotovs in place, once again, this could be something that works. That's going to give it away. Smoke out. It'll allow Volda to get away, though. That's... Ooh, okay. AK tracers go through and he fires back. I was going to say that's a problem if he walks into the spray coming through, but he makes it work, and 41 HP to spare. They've got the man advantage as the execution comes in toward the A site. Freeze hits the first. It's a tight point to be inside of that hut position. They smoke off both sides of it. And does Freeze just go back through the vents, or does he stay? He's going to go through the vents. Snappy in all of this, has good vision on top of the site, but Maudy's dropped the bomb down. Fancy's fallen. It's 2 players left versus 5. Mo's got at least 1 to work with. But they've got to step in the open to grab that bomb, and that means they have to watch the balcony. One will do one task. Somebody will do that, and Mo does cover it off, but Volda in all of this has gone around for the full flank. They've got a perimeter set up on this retake, and Mo can't move. He has to hit this shot at balcony. Maudy's going to be the one to face it. He's low on HP, but he nails it back in return. He doesn't even land a bullet.
Nice stuff once again. That aggression towards the B upper platform. We saw the bait and switch coming in. It was Glaive trying to take all that attention away from Val, and actually the spray through the smoke gives them their first kill. They get a lot of info from that as well. Corliss going to be an A-sided attack, and Frisk, he's adding shots on top and middle. The terrorists do get the bomb down, but ultimately we're never going to win that round. 4 versus 2. It's just very calculated play from Heroic, not giving too much away. Didn't want to start going all in before they actually got the information as to where the terrorists were remaining as well. Like you said, Captain Mo had to hit that first shot, can't do it. And it's going to be another pretty clean round for Heroic here, 10-3. And the money, it's looking like a force buy. There was Captain Mo and somebody who could have invested more into it. I think Captain Mo had about $2,300 afterwards, maybe saving themselves for the AWP in the last round. They want to try that out, as they do bring 2 rifles to the table, and they get the first shot as well. The UMP comes out on top. DD taking down Snappy. They've got control of long A. Before, the problem was they were overcommitting. After getting this first pick, they just wanted to walk out to the bomb site without actually feeling out the rest of the map and see what the reaction were first. Now they're going to be slowing things down by the look of things. Wait for the CT reaction. And this is the right and intelligent thing to do for out hunting at the moment. See if he can get anything for his teammates.
Has 2 chickens mate in the corner. He'll fall back up to the A side as well. Cover with Maudy out at long. So 2-2 split on the defensive side. Pistol in the hands of Mo to try and make this work as Fancy clears out window again. They're going to go for this drop control. This seems to be the standard for them. And interestingly enough, Heroics countered it because they have a passive drop. It's not like they're losing a man every time and the position on the map. They're still keeping the numbers strong. This time they are a man down to start it. We'll see if that pays dividends, if that's the difference in all of this, as Glaive has to look to long from a distance, does good damage, but can't find the kill, snaps back and does land on DD. That's a lovely shot to the right as he then finds Mo immediately after. Freeze, chicken coop, and it's going to be him that gets the next shot. But who will find the last against Fancy, who's getting ever closer, and chicken coop's so spammable, but he's at the long angle through both walls, smoke out, and he's trying to fake it around. Freeze has gone back through it, and Madi's there to save him.
Nice work from Frizz there. Knows if he goes down, it's an opportunity for Fancy to finish that one off. Drops that smoke, makes things interesting, using the footstep cues as well, just to hide and take enough attention away for his teammate to come in for the backstab. 11-3 for Heroic, and once again, close to Tyloo, but just can't finish the round off. We know their CT side is good, but they might not even get a chance to use it at this rate. Considering that Heroic are setting themselves up for 12-3 on the CT half, I don't think it's going to be enough for Tyloo to work with. And Heroic looking to book themselves a place in the playoffs already. Very strong stuff throughout this tournament so far. Round number 15 arrives. There's only one AK available. We've got 2 UMPs, 2 Tech 9s, and Vowed. And Glaive, you have to say, Matt, both been fantastic here. Glaive, especially in these latter rounds, fantastic work from him. Very impressive. And I guess actually one of the most influential players towards that B-bomb side is finding kills over and over again.
He's been impressive. Madi's going to get a peek. Oh, did he spot? Yeah, okay. Wasn't sure. X-ray misleading for us, but there was just a slight part of DD showing. I'll let that part be open to your interpretation, as it's going to be somebody, an attacker, trying to work up long together. You've got your hands in expressive fashion.
I just want to say this, more than every single run I can remember so far, Tyloo have been losing this initial damage exchange. No frags have been going in, but they seem to be having 3 players going down to around 50 HP at pretty much the start of every round. They're trying to challenge and getting naded and running into positions where the CTs have got control as well. Similar sort of fashion here. Frisk does what a player's DD trying to bait out a shot, but he's just going to get a grenade in return. That could actually take him down. There it is. From way downtown.
That's lovely. I think there was a basketball player that used to do that. Freeze going to hit somebody. Snappy's taking advantage of the smoke. He's got damage in. They know he's there now, but they can't find the position. As Madi will fall, that's all. No, I take it back. Freeze. He's gone down to Attacker, who's got 3 in this suddenly with a Tech 9. And it's back to a 2 versus 2. He's picked up a gun to go along with his efforts, as well as the bomb planted now in his hands. But they're waiting right now, our Heroic. And when I say they, I mean Glaive, waiting for Volta to go for another flank play out toward long. He's already gotten to the corner. Now they'll clear together, and he's found the shot immediately onto Attacker. It's Captain Mo once more. Inside of the hut, though. Does Glaive even consider this? Yes! Shadow gives it away. Headshot landed. But how soon can he jump on the position right now of Volta, who's on it, and he's holding it. He's not stopping it. Will be Captain Mo to make it 11-4, and thankfully they get that, because 3, you lose pistol, it's pretty much over.
Still, Heroic don't need to forget about that round. It was a bit of a blunder towards the end, maybe getting a bit ahead of themselves. Attacker, great work with the Tech 9s around that APC area. No idea how he finds 3 in that sort of position, but he does it and wins them round number 4. Is it enough to get them back into this game? I'm not so sure, but we'll see what they can do in the second half. The pistol is pretty much...
That shot's lovely.
Yeah, it was. That was really nice. But this pistol is
flick of the week?
Possibly. You never know. We'll see whether they run that tournament again. What was I saying? You distracted me.
I'd do that. I'm sorry.
Must-win pistol for Tyloo. Obviously, that was the side. Oh, you're supposed to be winning the half. And move. Oh, here we go. Stats. Why not?
You love those.
19, 17, 16, 10. It's all on your screen. You can read. It's all there for you. No one really stepping up tremendously for Tyloo, but are we live? Yes, we are.
We are certainly live. We've had 1 for 1, plus a bunch of damage on Volta. This time it's Heroic's turn to go down early. Fancy. Stables, tight position to be in. An Attacker going very aggressive. He's in toward the danger position. He's got the bomb at his feet as well. He's going to try and hold it off. Has to go for a reload. And knife. Oh, I love it. He does it. Freeze. That's brilliant. Yes, sir. Walk around. I'll take the 1,500 all day. Makes a split decision. Hits the strafe jump and distracts for his teammate to come around the corner.
That was pretty fun to watch. It was a very fast approach there from Heroic, going all in towards the A-bomb side. Pretty standard stuff for them, trying to rush the bomb plant down. Normally it will be a B stack from the CTs towards that side of the map, and you can get a bomb plant down, but what a crazy round that was. Attacker stepping up tremendously. And he does this initial damage. Knows he's probably done enough for the stab, jumps around the corner, nails the knife. He's going to have a ton of money going into the next round. So there is a force buy from Heroic. Definitely not out of the woods just yet, as they are making their way towards the B site. First shot's important as Attacker continues his good form and finds the kill on the
This gets ones back, though, with this Tech 9. Glave's got one with the P250. They're only down one. But now they're left with just one, as Mo will find Volta back, and Glaive. Minute and 22. You can go back to alt-tabbing away to playing whatever game you're playing right now. What's a game these days?
What's a game?
Yeah.
What, any game?
Yeah,
World of Warcraft everyone's playing right now?
Yeah, that's probably what everyone's playing. You can go back to playing World of Warcraft for a second because he's just going to try and get a plant on the A site. Don't get too into your raids. I know you might run into Shroud somewhere, but the round is almost done because he's got it. He's actually done the plant, so good for him.
That will do, absolutely. You can see them fist bumping after that one because that's actually pretty incredible. He got it down. Only place he got a planted there to actually get it in, and it works out for him. So they probably won't buy into the next round. They can afford probably a couple of pistols here and there, but it means the money has actually greatly increased going into round number 19. So Tyloo, they do find the all-important pistol. We know their CT side is good, Matt. It's unorthodox. It's difficult to play against. This has given them a window now. Heroic needs to start finding something going forward. But just to describe it for anyone who doesn't know, the first few times you saw Tyloo, especially at Malmo as well, they have a very defensive CT setup. They play very deep in the B bomb side. No one's really facing. They're not going in towards drop down. They're actually making the terrorists commit, which can be a problem for these teams who are used to getting the initial early picks of the AKs. This is actually going to get interesting, so I'm going to shut up for a little bit. As Val does get a kill with the P250.
Been waiting for that to happen. Oh, that nade in again, though. Same position that freeze through it from. Didi gets one and then sprays down to find the other one on Vault. Glave's going to go down immediately after. It wasn't that interesting.
It wasn't. It just looked like it could have spiraled out of control after that first kill with the PT50. The point is, basically, most European teams you'll see are the likes of the Old Fnatic, for example, NIP. They'll send their best players into the upper platform, trying to work those initial picks from that area, because CTs normally will face at some point, and if you can find a kill towards Tree or Chicken Coop, that opens up the B side for you. Tyloo don't play like that, though. I can't remember the player, but it's always someone in Chicken Coop not facing at all. I think it's Captain Mo, who sits there at the very back and never faces. It's really strange, but he always seems to get away with it as well.
Well, this is, I mean, this B site is the site we saw the passive play really work for them, where they just baited in. I think it was Liquid on Cobble. I can't remember if it was Liquid or SK. I can't remember. It was one of the two. That's who they beat in that tournament, and it was after their runs at Columbus. If you didn't join us earlier, you weren't familiar with that storyline. We talked a little bit about it, but it was so passive, just committing them. I mean, Liquid.
Liquid, sorry, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah. Regardless, the gun round comes in. Captain Mo flashed off for now, so repositioning himself, but lands the shot but can't get the kill.
Legs him. He's actually lined up, and I think he got a little bit crossed wires when he saw so many people in front of him. He flicked down to shoot and legged the player behind that he was originally aimed at, but Fancy's going to line up. Well, just one. Hold the phone here, because Heroic called and said they're going to take more than they were potentially worth in that situation. It's highway robbery, as Freeze now has Didi. They've got this to a 4-on-2, and Alda's in a good position as well. Gun barrel shows, needs to hit the shot. He does not. Attacker, he's gifted one, but Glave's immediately thereafter. And it's 12-7, Heroic. I'm very surprised that they didn't actually lose more members walking in from long in that fashion.
Yeah, and that shot towards middle as well. Captain Mo's got to feel a little bit cheated by that point, because he did land the shot. He was in a good position for it as well. Legs him, unfortunately. That actually keeps Frizz alive, and he's one of the players that actually ends up getting a couple of kills as well. So that was actually pretty influential. Fast round from Heroic this time, not messing around. And they have actually got Tyloo against the ropes now. It's going to be a famous 2 UMPs. If they were to lose this round, it's going to be very close for us getting match points. As we go into round number 20, you can see Heroic slowing things down, just feeling it out, seeing what kind of buy Tyloo bring it to the table. This time it's not Captain Mo, but Orping is going to be Fancy One. And he'll actually, on the B side, a 4-man stack here from Tyloo. Let's see whether they've changed the CD setup at all to what we just described before. I guess at this instance, they have to be a little bit more aggressive, considering they have UMPs, need to be close range, need to be actually challenging some positions. Attacker not giving anything away, just holding beneath that broken wall.
Volda this time. Quick little smoke, flash, Molotov, smoking a pancake.
Flashbang.
Breakfast in bed. Nothing to come of that play, though. But this is interesting. Mo, he's going to catch himself in the... Okay, he does get down snappy on the other side of that wall. If he had been caught in transition, and they're going to go for the bait and switch here. Somebody's going to try and get brought into this. That flash comes through. Timing is such that they line it up. They spot both. But now there's a problem. Somebody very smartly has to swing out. That's very smart. Otherwise, he leaves his teammate for dead in that situation. But Glaive, he's walked around from long in all of this. It's covered off by somebody, an attacker there with the UMP.
Well then, it's the UMP stepping up tremendously then. The little 2-man mid-stack works out very nicely. Like you said, good teamwork and actually facing at the correct time and protecting each other. And decent utility usage as well from Tyloo there. They managed to pick up a round. Probably they didn't actually have much grounding going into it, but it's going to be 12-8 now. Another eco for Heroic, slowly closing the gap here. Tyloo, this could be a very interesting game going forward. It's going to be the double orb setup now for the Chinese side. Captain Mo, and fancy one. And I'm interested to see what they can bring towards the CT half. The deeper they get, the more room they have to work with. This round, though, they'll probably be able to anticipate it is a almost full eco for the terrorist. You can see there are 2 Glocks, 2 PT-50s, and a Deagle.
You sound so surprised. A Deagle?
Well, basically, I haven't got a cough button, and so any chance I have to stifle anything, I have to do it and pretend it's normal.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to bring it into the act as well, but
no, it's okay.
you detected it.
That's fine. The desert bird, the sandhawk.
In previous games,
Nighthawk.
The Nighthawk, yeah.
Yeah, back when they didn't buy the rights.
Do you have to buy the rights to the guns, you think?
I know in certain instances, yeah, you can't name things if they have a legal registered name.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was the case or not, but yeah, the Nighthawk. Clarion. DD with an incendiary, looking to bounce it, does so. He's a little late, needs to get the gun drawn back out. He does manage to shuffle over to the corner, catch them off as well as Glaive. He'll find one in return. Volda's got another, but he's found one, and DD's got the other. Still haven't figured out who, guys. I'm still wondering as well, just as you are, as Snappy will take down DD. But that's all he gets, and we're 1 round closer. We knew the first rounds. Look, we said at Tyloo they were getting so close, they just couldn't close them out. They've always been in this game. It's just one of those games that with those many mistakes, you can easily lose track of. They've done well to pull themselves back into this.
Absolutely. It's 5-1 now in the second half. You can see Vald and Glaive still at the top of the score, but we're not really stepping up here in the second half as of yet. They've only won 1 round and got fully reset after that. It's still not a great buy. Considering the circumstance, you'd think at one point they'd slow things down and let the money stabilize, but they're going to go fast towards B, 2 towards drop down, 3 and upper platform. DD finds a kill through the smoke, spraying wildly, and it's going to be absolute chaos here on the B bomb side. Tyloo coming out on top for now, though. Somebody actually doing some serious work here, and Snappy, he's the only one to find a kill so far. The round's over. Glaive is left with just a UMP in hand, and the bomb, and the dream. But that's actually going to turn into a nightmare as he makes his way towards the A side.
Yeah. And this becomes the problem that it'll be 12-10 and money getting scarce for this Heroic side.
Well, at this point, you feel like that force buy from Heroic, was it worth the force buy? Just rushing B with...
Are you saying the force was not with them?
Yeah, I have to say that's pretty accurate. Like, if you're going to have those kind of buys with Tech 9, surely you want to be using the smokes, have some sort of set piece going into it. You're up against it with the firepower. You don't want to be going in completely dry. You want to actually have something working in your favor. Looked a little bit too easy there for Tyloo to spray into the smoke, and they could hear all the footsteps. It was pretty nuts as they went towards the site there. Nothing really too tactical coming in from Heroic. It's normal if you have like just Tech 9s or UMPs or a couple of AKs, you want to be trying to have something working in your favor. Normally the set pieces are quite telegraphed, but can allow you to get the bomb down. In this case, just the B rush doesn't really amount to too much. But Glaive has been very good so far. Definitely delaying this round. I don't think he's going to get much out of it. If he gets a plant, I'll be surprised. I think he can't even believe the A-side's open, but it actually is.
This should be 2 plants they give up, Tyloo. I mean, in some cases, okay, all right, let's just jump in and give ourselves away. Smart timing from Glaive as he pulls this back. He's upgraded to an M4 as well. He can get this plant. No, he's isolated again. It's down. Oh, Mo. He's a heartbreaker and a savior. I'm not sure which perspective you take, but that was a 4 versus 1 that Glaive almost isolated down.
My God, when he came off the bomb there, I thought that was the wrong move, and then he saw how close the last player remaining was. That all of a sudden got very interesting indeed, and he didn't win the round, but he's done so much damage to the economy of the CTs. What a godlike play from Glaive, so close to winning it as well. Had he got that last shot?
And after losing that round in the first half, Valda getting that 1 versus 3 when the economy was still tight, if Tyloo lost that and still somehow clawed into this game, I would be... I don't really know what I would be. I would be impressed in some respects and
shocked.
Entirely shocked in others, yeah.
Well then, I think it has been somebody with the player of the tournament so far, man. We're going to keep track of it ourselves in the games we cast. He got that 1v. Well, he got the 5-man.
The 5-man with the only M4 he saved on Mirage against Na'Vi, but we've got Valda in this one with the 1 versus 3. That was also pretty remarkable. Either way, fancy this time. Kitty corner to the doorway, the arch that Glaive is staring through, and I'm not sure. Oh, okay, it doesn't matter. Flash comes through. I was going to say, not sure he'll know he's there. He certainly didn't when that flashbang hit. He managed to evade its full duration of blindness, but still gets taken down in the end. It's DD that comes back into Freeson. They're just going to sit and watch, pick them off from a distance. Marty's got 1 chance shot through smoke onto Mo, but They're still being thwarted quite heavily with these pistols. And they've sent Fancy flying out with that MP9, excuse me, as well on the SMG.
Well, Matt, we have to remember this was an 11-4 first half score. It seemed like Heroic had everything done, bar just winning the pistol and finishing it off, but they couldn't find it, and now they really are struggling on the second half. Still only found one round so far. Tyloo looking to find number 11 and close the gap just to just one here. And it's just going to be snappy as Val drops. Tech-9 in hand and no armor. Just a flashbang and no bomb.
Oh, Fancy. He'll close it. I get that Iggy Azalea song in my head every time I say his name.
Who?
Fancy.
Oh.
That would be the song.
Right.
I know you don't listen to anything other than Morrissey.
Not true. Just
That
a
is
meme.
not true, you're right.
Anyway.
Did you say you listen to me?
No, I said it's
Oh.
just a meme that
Oh.
everyone's created for me.
It's true, there's a lot of those.
Well then, 12-11, and this is finally Heroic for having actually a strong buy going into this. Frisk has the AWP at the 4 AKs. They have utility to work with now. They've had a lot of force buys and some mistakes in terms of their approaches when they are fully equipped, but still not all is lost. They still have the advantage here. It's a T half, but Tyloo, we said they were formidable on the CT side and proving to be so far. Number 24 coming to the closing sectors here. Captain Mode this time. AWP towards long A. A bit more aggressive. Looking for that first pick as well. He's committed. He's by himself. Needs to land the shot, but of course he does. Takes down Frisk. Looking to get a second. Oh, what a shot that was from Captain Mo. Gives him a chance to actually lock this down by himself. Well, he does find the kill in return, but the fact he got two in that situation was impressive nonetheless.
The second effort, too. Like, he scoped in, looked away, looked back. Quick little double take. Madi's got somebody to pull this to 3-on-3 after Captain Mo does a brilliant job starting this off. Glaves pulled Fancy, though. So, I guess it's really not a done conclusion. However, Didi finding Madi on low HP. We're 12-12, and we can hear the resounding joy coming through from the Chinese team. Wherever they are in this building, I can hear it seeping through the floorboards. And you're right, we're going to need to pause because the inarticulation of joy has since subsided to the doldrums of pensiveness on Heroic's side.
You can hear the ticks coming in. That's got to be in a pause. This is just going from an absolute dream of a game so far. 11-4 in the first half. You're on the more difficult side traditionally as well. You think, this is it, boys. We've tied it all up. Let's just close this one out. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Tyloo tie things at 12-12. This is nuts. What a game this has turned out to be. Tyloo just showing so much tenacity in this tournament so far. They take down Navi to open things up. And then arriving against Heroic, the analyst said it would be going towards Heroic's side. It looked like that was going to be the case as well. And there's been some tremendous stuff from the Danes on the CT side. Right? Great half from them. Can't really fault anything. Maybe apart from the last round against that Tech-9 of Attacker. Could prove to be pretty influential here. We thought, okay, it's just a fourth round. Still, they've got a massive lead. It's not going to even matter. But actually, maybe that will make a huge amount of difference here. Pause comes in. You can see Heroic are starting to feel the burn a bit. That's another full bite working against them. And I think the unpause comes through. Obviously, Tyloo had a chance to recalculate themselves as well. But it seems like they actually got a nice hybrid of aggression and those passive holds we discussed before with Captain Mo, the star player of the last round. He got me screaming, which is quite a rare thing to do. This second shot.
That's pretty nuts.
Yeah. So here it is to buy. Tyloo going to take the lead for, I think, the first time in this game. It will be 12-12, and it will just be a partial buy here from Heroic. I haven't seen too much in terms of tactical depth from them so far. I want to see the walls of smokes. I want to see them segregating players and actually having the chance to get the bomb down here. Right, there's flash on somebody bouncing off the tree. That's pretty smart.
Ooh, big pick, though, from Madi. He's got two. Low HP and able to catch off Didi. His attacker couldn't relay the information fast enough. Somebody's got to pull a frag back. He's got no more. I thought for sure Snappy was going down. He's found what I will say has been a rare kill for him in this game. Whoop, Captain Mo! A no-scope in the smoke as he spots the feet of Glaive, and he's got an absolutely brilliant shot. He's pulled a chance back for Tyloo as well. As after the tactical timeout, Heroic, Yanko talked about it, looking to try and pull around back as they've broken that momentum that was going the way of the Chinese. They're going to push forward as well. Already scoped in, no sound to give away, and Mo's hit another one. He knows where Freeze is, pistol out. He's got the kills. What a round from him.
Absolutely amazing stuff from Mo. Around it seemed like Heroic had done it once again, taken a pause, and then all of a sudden Captain Mo just gets the no-scope through and actually goes aggressive towards the side. Is nailing every single shot. He's had a great tournament so far, and that's another stellar round from him. The point I was going to make before is every time Heroic seemed to take a pause, they bounce back and actually seem to win with these partial buys. This was the shot They got
He
Tyloo
did
back
actually,
into
okay,
it.
so he did get scoped in time, but regardless, reactions were intense.
Yeah, he actually picks up all 3 kills in that retake. Gets 4 on the round. Fascinating round, and it's going to be 13-12. As I said before, this is a chance for Tyloo now to have the lead for the first time in this game. Another buy for Heroic. That was just a partial before, so money in very good stead for them as we go forward. Round number 26, we're going the full distance here, but they have got the Molotovs, the smoke grenades as well. Going to be making their way towards drop down. That has been an area that hasn't been heavily contested either. Vald will be leading the charge as they smoke it off, take the vision away from the CT. The idea of this just to get control of this area, push them back, and then they can make the next move after that.
Well, I'm impressed, and Tyloo's CT sides continue to impress me. Considering how close they were on the T side as well, you start to think they tidy up some of those very small issues. This is a team that I really think China, start considering esports real. Other countries, let them in. Give them whatever friggin' visa they need to go to E-League. Give them the visas to get to the next major, because I think some time in the Western scene, and these guys could be really good. Volda's got DD on a 1-for-1 trade. They did make it to the drop position, getting past that first smoke, so a slippery play will allow them at least the opening kill, but they're playing from behind now, Heroic. This was 11-3 at a point, 11-4 at half. Snappy, he pops out late, he's starting to come alive as he'll find somebody, and that's a 2-man advantage. But they pulled one back in the form of Glaive. An attacker's going to fall. It's Volda to get him. Again, drop room paying dividends, and Captain Mo this time, I can't imagine he'll come up that large, in charge, lucky, whatever you want to call it, twice.
Yeah, I think this is a bridge too far, unfortunately for them. There's actually an ideal situation for Tyloo. Set up on that upper platform there, but it's Snappy with the awareness to think that could be a problem. That could have been round over, that situation there and then, but he locks on and nails the shot that was required, and finally Heroic pick up their second round of the second half. You have to remember they actually had a huge advantage going into this one. That's actually disappeared now. They all tie things up at 13-13. And you know what? I think the money's actually in a tight situation for Tyloo after winning so many rounds. A lot of these rounds have come down to clutches as well. I saw a play over UMP in the previous, so I assume the money can't be in a great position. Heroic, though, keeping 4 players alive and fresh to the AWP as well. That's going to help them out a lot. We'll see where this money does lie going into the next round. But this game has got overtime written all over, I have to say. So, yeah, you can see the money's in tatters for the CTs. Considering they've won so many rounds, that's pretty interesting. So the force spike comes in. They manage to stabilize with a drop 10-4. So they've got 3 of them overall. And the UMP to finish things off. Saving the AWP is going to be incredibly influential. The fact that Captain Mo is able to save that weapon does certainly help things out. And we'll see whether he goes to this aggressive play once again. Looks like it'd be fancy towards the close doors of middle, trying to get flashed in by a teammate potentially as well. Attacker boosted up towards that tree area. 4 players towards B for Heroic. Modi waiting to be flashed in. This is a very important round for the game. This pretty much defines it.
Volda's just waiting for the push through, but DD's going to rotate around. He's not going to push onto that quite so easily. Somebody's in behind the box as well, and how does Madi approach this situation? A minute to work with.
This would be a full reset for Heroic, and Tyloo would be on eco as well if they lost this. So this round is incredibly important.
2 smokes left on CT side, 2 incendiaries as well as they get down once more into this drop position. Last time Heroic had this ground to walk on, they were successful in the round. They've got a 2-man position inside of the B site as well. No one watching long. Somebody steps one too far to his right. He's going to have to watch the alleyway coming in from the position. He jumps, he goes for it, and he's cut off by Glaive. This is a retake already. Bomb not even planted, and they've got to fight back for ground. They're doing it. DD's got one on Voldy, but Madi's at least turned down attacker. And as the Molotov comes in a little bit late, bomb is planted. It's a 3 versus 3. They've quickly gotten on the scene, but the flash out, and Madi, he just blows them apart. Easily walks out, sprays down with the AK-47. A Mo 1 versus 3. Good read on the flash. Can't hit the no-scope. Pistol, low HP, pulls it back. There's an AK down to his left if he elects to get rid of the AWP, but this is his trusty weapon. I buy power skin on it as well to try and pull this back, and he's going to open this. Oh, timing just off. Yep. If he hits that shot, he might have had time to isolate freeze, but now he's got big moves to make. Has a kit, just going to get on it, hope for the best. And 3, 2, yeah, there it is. Snappy's on the scene. 14, excuse me, for Heroic, and 13 for Tyloo.
Money disappearing for Tyloo, I guess, is the chance for them to take the pause and work out what the situation is. I think I saw the money was between the 2,300 and 3K mark, so not enough for a buy, and Heroic finally showing up in the second half, find a couple of rounds, and it's big as well. They've broken the economy. I think they found themselves at number 14, so what's the play here from Tyloo? They have a force buy and potentially throw themselves out of contention for winning, or they take an eco or a partial buy. Allow Heroic to get to match points and try and force for overtime. Glaive just discussing with his teammates there.
Head shakes.
I guess at this point, they're trying to work out the economy for the CTs, right? They're trying to say, well, what do they actually have available here? Let's just kind of calculate the cash. You know, the loss bonus works. We know we've actually had them in some difficult positions. They probably won't have the AWP. Probably won't have many rifles, to be fair. So do we go for the full default here? Do we try and work the slow picks, allow them to potentially catch us out one by one? Or do we just group up somewhere and try and rush towards A, for example? I'd say the default's always the most preferred option. You want to go for the full default to start, then group up something together. Once you've got some information, try to kind of fill out the map a little bit. It's quite risky just to go straight into towards, I'd say, a B rush when you could be a potential B stack waiting for you. Well, looks like it's the latter. They are going to be going pretty hard towards the A side.
As he's pushing, sees at 75, he's not able to come up for anything just yet. Take the clip out of the front of the weapon, put it back in the handle. Maybe it's better that way. At least it sounds good. Body's got a shot on Tititi. This is the entrance Heroic need toward the A site quickly. An attacker, he's missing shots as well. He's going to get overwhelmed quickly as the AKs pursue him, find him, trap him in the corner. And despite all his rage, he's still just a rat in a cage. Somebody jumping away from the flames. Nowhere to really go for him either, is there? So Mo's going to wait. Bomb's down inside the A site temporarily. He's actually going to peek on this. I'm surprised. I thought he might just wait and try and catch them off, get another kill, and make things awkward late. But now they know he's at the cannons. He'll be disposed of. Map point for Heroic, and it's been a long time coming, but it's been back and forth. I really thought Tyloo was the driving force of the second half. In fact, they have been. There's no doubt about that, but they've held on, and that 11-4 halftime score, they've got 4 rounds now, and it's 1 more to go, and they'll be through to the playoffs. Absolutely. What an interesting game this has been. Heroic failing to show up in the second half towards the very end as well, but now they have got match points. Tyloo did go for the latter option I explained before. You could either force and potentially lose the game there and then, or you save and play for overtime. That's what they've gone for. It's still going to be the best buy. No AWP available for Captain Mo. There'll be 2 Famises and 3 M4s, no kits, no incendiaries. It's a difficult round, and we'll see what they bring to the table here. I think there's just one player towards the wrong A area, actually stacking towards B, hoping they can find his first pick. So Heroic just trying to feel it out, get control of drop down here, which they have managed to do as well. Vald been great so far, looking for the first headshot, nails it as well. Well done from Valda. This is best foot forward, just 3 to find. They've got a 2-man advantage between them and the playoffs. Valda looks inside the smoke to watch for rotations, but it's going to be attacker still inside of the site. He's got his trusty compadre and somebody. Valda knows he's there, though. Flash out. This is going to be perfectly timed. Smoke just dissipates, fully blinded up. Somebody never saw it coming, and Valda's got 3 in the round. Glaive will go down to attackers on 12 HP, and Captain Mo is a long way away, just rotating off of A-Long. Now through the door, already inside of the smoke. Valda's got 4. An ace for Valda. Could this be the second ace of the tournament to close out this game, to close out this group, at least for Heroic if they get through? It looks as though they will, and Valda's there. It is the ace headshot as well. What a force he is. He's a young man coming through this Danish team, and this team has put all things ahead of them in well form. I mean, this is brilliant from them. They're into the playoffs already. They knock Astralis down to Na'Vi tomorrow, and Tyloo's got a decider between one of those two. Pretty scary game, they might have to say. Winning 11-4, you're on an absolute high at that point. You go into the second half. Oh, we've lost a pistol, but still, we're on the T half now. We'll close this one out, but it comes right down to the wire. They finished the game 15-13, but that was not a comfortable victory. Fair play to Tyloo to actually bounce back and make it a very competitive game towards the end. Some great individual play, some very exciting moments from both sides. I think the highlight does have to go towards Vald, though, with that 1 versus 3. That was excellent. Potentially steals the game away when you look back on it now. Yep, absolutely. That was actually a very exciting moment. And I'm actually pleased they actually came back. Actually made that game a lot more interesting than I thought it would be after the 11-4 scoreline. Actually could have gone either way towards the end. Yeah, very good comeback again. CT sides, I said this during the game as well. I mean, CT sides for Tyloo are incredibly good. They're very good. They're hard to read is the problem. And maybe there's something in that. If they were over here more, you could start to dissect them. But if they can tidy up their T sides, they're a team to be considered seriously in all situations. This is pretty impressive stuff. But I mean, that said, they now have to play a best of 3 against either Na'Vi or Astralis, who have a best of 3 in the morning tomorrow to find out who's coming out in the last place out of those 2 teams. That's pretty ridiculous. Yep. And then Heroic get a day off to sit, watch, wait, and see what happens in the playoffs. Who would have thought, looking at this group when it started today, you had Na'Vi, Astralis, and the underdogs. It's the underdogs in the upper bracket, and now it's going to be potentially
Na'Vi of Astralis going out first as well. Pretty nuts.
Well, that said, we'll take a short break, catch our breath, and join Paul in the desk when we come back.
Gaming Bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2, make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO, guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
Getting tired of playing with the usual skins, but don't have enough money to buy a new one? Get rich fast with csgofast.com. CS Go Fast. It's a strong chance of winning in every game. Several rooms with different game modes. Daily, more than 1,000 games, 5,000 players, and 25,000 skins at stake. You don't need much in order to sweep the board.
Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and StarCraft 2, the largest contests in the history of esports among the national teams. World Electronic Sports Games, the World Championship with the total prize pool of $4.5 million US. Registration for Europe and CIS regions is open. The finals will be held from October 6 to 9 in Kiev, Ukraine. Win your slot in the finals of the World Championship. Register right now.
And a warm